All right, we are on Ballycastle Circle. Here is the front door. So when you walk in, there's this threshold right here, and you can feel the very high ceilings. It feels very spacious in here. It smells like paint. So I believe it was recently painted. Here is the front coat closet. And then you have these stairs. These are wood stairs. Going up here. Oh, this is a little loose. Okay, we can ask about that. And then we'll start down here. So there's this little kind of walkway here. It looks really cool with the way the floor is running differently, very modern. Here's a little powder room, sink, bathroom, pretty updated. Looks cute. And then we will come down the stairs here into what is like a lower rec room. You may be able to hear the furnace. It is loud. I just, one thing to note, it's probably one of those sounds that would blend in after a while, after you got used to it. But you can definitely hear it. So that's just kind of one thing. This is a really large rec room down here. It has tile floors, which are very cold right now, but I'm sure it would be lovely in the summer when it's very hot outside. Here's a access to outside, big sliding door. You have a little bit of a patio space. Out here, there's this little like IKEA wood tiles, and some lights under there. It's cute. Big windows. All right. So through here is the laundry area, washer, dryer. Cute little space. So and these doors close. And then through here, another coat closet if you enter from the garage, which is right here. So this is a full 2-car garage, which is very nice. You do have some storage over there. There is some overhead shelving here, kind of built in. That's really nice. Looks like a trash can. And then in here, there's some additional storage where they have all the paint and everything, but you could definitely fit like a lot more totes in there if you had stuff. This is a really nice garage that looks like a flip up work table, which is really cool. Let's see. Okay. So here we go. Here's one more shot of the rec room, lower rec room. And then, there it goes outside. Big open space. It does have overhead lighting, which is nice. Sometimes these don't. And then there we go. Okay. So we're going to go back. Oh, some of these light switches are confusing. Okay. We're going to go back up the stairs here. So there's the powder room. There's the entryway. And then here up the stairs, you have some extra pieces of drywall in certain places. If you wanted to put decor there, you could. There's a bunch of them you'll see. Carpeted living area here. This does look like relatively new carpet. I don't see any staining. It doesn't smell. It's not the squishiest, plushest carpet I've ever stepped on, but it's not bad. And it's clean. So here we go. 3 big windows here. They bring in a lot of natural light. It's pretty overcast today, but it's very bright in here. So here would be the dining area. There's a chair rail there. And there is a step here. So we'll step up, and looks like a little bar area. Super cute. Big, tall ceilings in here. Makes it feel enormous. Beautiful kitchen. Big fridge. Big kind of cool island here. Looks like not a full, 12-inch overhang here. So it wouldn't be great for dining like long term, probably because your knees would hit the cabinets, but definitely for coming up for a snack or having friends over, something like that. So here is your deck. So really nice deck, plenty of room for a little grill and some chairs, as you can see, and it does wrap around a little bit out there. I don't have my shoes on, so I'm not going to go outside, but it does, you get a couple more feet over to the left there. Gas fireplace. And then this is a nice, beautiful space here. And then really cool, that big door will close these areas off, if you wanted to do that for some reason. So here we go. Let's throw the kitchen again. Cabinets are tall, beautiful. They're in great shape. Looks like they've mostly been cleaned. You probably want to give them a wipe down. Cabinets, they just get greasy in those high touch points. I'm not sure that was done, but they look like they're in really good shape, and they're not filthy. You just, you give them a quick wipe down. And here's a Lazy Susan, which is nice. Full-size sink. These are granite countertops. Nice windows here that open. So here's your view. That's would be your view from the kind of deck area too. So you'll have some neighbors and then some wooded. So nice blend there. Gas stove, overhead microwave. There are lots more cabinets on the island here, which is nice. Fridge. Let's see how clean it is. Oh, pretty clean. Yep. Not fancy, but it's cold in there and it's cleaned. So there we go. Fancy thermostat. Now we'll go up the stairs. So again, you can hear the furnace running. So I just like to point things like that out that may not bother you. It's not a big deal. I wouldn't want you to be surprised. So here we'll come up the stairs. There's another little random piece of drywall for you to put stuff on if you want to. And right when we enter the stairs, we see the primary, hallway bath, and then two other bedrooms, excuse me. So we'll start here. This one has a black vinyl on it, which is very different from all the rest of the space. Not sure how that happened, but it's in good shape. So no overhead light in this room, although you do have the cool sloped ceiling that's really tall at the pitch. So very cool there. Two big windows, pretty good sized closet in here, sliding doors. So here we go. And then the second bedroom. Oh, here's linen closet. Really nice. It's pretty deep. So you'd have lots of room for linens in there. Here is the second bedroom, which is probably a little bit larger than the last one we were in. Not a whole lot. Same two windows, same slanted ceiling with a little niche up there. An extra niche up there. So carpet, same carpet as in the living room. Looks like it's in great condition. I don't see any stains or any marks, and it's obviously been vacuumed recently. So that extends into this closet. So this one has a walk-in closet. No overhead light in the bedroom, but there is a light in the closet. So that's nice. And then let's go see. Oh, and this is a pretty cool chandelier there. So here's the hallway bath. And it is tiled beautifully. You have nice vanity here. So you have a little bit more space to put things here if you wanted to. Shower is nice. So it looks like this is mostly the original bathroom. I believe they updated the floor to make that a little bit more contemporary. Everything else looks original, but it's in great shape and it's clean. No smells, nothing yucky. So here to the primary, you will take a step up. And it is very large. Definitely have room for king size bed, full bedroom suite, whatever you might have. You have another large niche up here. This one does have an overhead light and a ceiling fan. So it's not super bright, but it does give you a little bit of light there. You could change the light bulbs to make that better. Here is, if you do his and hers closets, this could be his closet right here. Or her, if she's a minimalist. Then there's a larger closet over here, which is lovely. It has some built-in kind of hangers and whatnot, a drawer, some over here. So, and there is a small light fixture. Looks like that could use a little TLC with some new light bulbs, but the light fixture itself is fine. And in here, so there's lots of room for stuff in here, which is very nice. And that's probably the remote for the fan. So we'll come out of here. So here, I'll pan around the room a little bit more so you can see it. You get pretty good light from this side, not as much as from the front, but definitely a fair amount. And then in the bathroom, which is gorgeous, you have this certainly recently redone shower here. So very nice, has the waterfall feature, the wand. It's absolutely stunning. So the light brings in some pretty light. The floor tile is very nice. This is a very modern bathroom. This is probably a vinyl. It looks nice. It's in good shape. It's a modern color. Updated vanity and looks like a lighted mirror there, which is really cool. And then over here, you have another fancy hanging light. And, some storage space. You could put your makeup stuff here, maybe a little chair. I don't know, depending on how you felt about that. It's a bit of an awkward space, but it's really big. So it feels expansive. So it's very nice. So here we go. Once again. Oh, excuse me. All right. So we'll leave this primary bedroom here. We'll take one step down. And then we will walk back down the stairs. And I didn't flip the light for that one on. It's probably downstairs. But it's well lit in here during the day anyway. So it would be fine. And then, you get this bonus cool sticker left on. So, all right, so here we go. This is the townhouse on Ballycastle. It's very nice. It's in great shape. It's clearly been freshly painted and gets lots of natural light.